Good day, my name is Nicholas, and today I'll be presenting an in-depth review of Seabourn Cruise Line on its contributions towards innovations to new luxury travel experiences. I'll be leaning heavily towards the brand power and luxury client points in my presentation. Here are today's topics. So, what is Seabourn? Seabourn consistently ranks as the finest luxury cruise line at sea, proven time and time again by Condé Nast Traveler and Travel Leisure Awards over the years. Seabourn ships are comparatively small. They carry 200 to 450 passengers, as opposed to other mainstream lines who typically carry 2,000 to 4,000 passengers aboard a much larger vessel. Due to this fact, however, Seabourn guests can enjoy a much more spacious and intimate experience, thanks to its near 1-to-1 crew-passenger ratio and 170 passenger space ratio, where the typical mainstream lines ratio is 1:2.4 and 1:3.5. Luxury cruise lines sell almost similar features like spacious cabins, excellent service, incredible itineraries, etc. To set apart from its main competitors in the luxury segment, Seabourn focuses on experiences ashore and interactions with local people and culture. Its partnership with UNESCO offers shore excursions and onboard enrichment that focuses on World Heritage sites and projects. Now, the clientele, according to Cruise Critic, the largest cruise community website, the age group is mixed from late 40s to 70s, mostly affluent couples, extremely loyal customers with 50% repeaters who already have formed strong bonds with the crew, as well as being down-to-earth, friendly, and welcoming. In a journal article by Vladimir, his market study shows that the average couple pays $20,000 or more for a typical Seabourn 14-day cruise in a standard cruise suite. In addition, he noted that the average household income of Seabourn's clientele is around $200,000. According to an article by Norton, she mentions that in an interview with Seabourn's president Richard Meadows, where he describes that the typical clientele are very interesting and accomplished people. They like to travel in style, tend to come back often, even booking their next cruise while on board. They're affluent and adventurous travelers who want the best of the best. They expect and require impeccable ambiance and service. All Things Cruise mentions that Seabourn travelers are those who prefer destination-rich small ship cruising, so those who value impeccable service, superb cuisine, and relaxed, laid-back luxury over the flash and glitter. They're mature, sophisticated, and well-traveled passengers who enjoy the finer things in life. Next is the company brand. So their vision is to aspire to deliver unmatched joyful vacation for guests and always exceeding expectations. Their mission is through genuine and intuitive service, consistently delivering exceptional Seabourn moments and creating the world's finest travel experience. Here are the company values. I would highlight their values of commitment to service excellence and embracing change and improvement, which I'll be discussing later in the Be the Brand section. Next is building the brand. Well, brand experience to be exact. Here we have the pyramid, where Seabourn aspires to transform those features into value-added benefits which will make their vacation more memorable and resonate with their desires. Features are pretty self-explanatory. These are the facts that they sell in the media. Now, functional benefits is what benefits can give them tangible or rational value. For example, all-inclusive fare, where champagne and caviar are offered for free whenever, which gives a value for money feeling. Intimate service, they hold first-timer meets and greets to integrate with regulars, and almost nobody isn't mentioned by name on board. There are also surprise events, could be smaller gestures tailored to enhance travel experience. There are stories of spontaneous entertainment just at the right moment, which makes it special. Emotional benefits is what we aim for. You can feel pampered and safe knowing the consistent quality provided by Seabourn. Atle Brinstad, the cruise line founder, realized this from the very beginning, that in this segment, what matters the most is to win their hearts. Vladimir noted that Seabourn's philosophy to achieve superior service is based on two main tenets. First is to take care of your internal guests, employees, before you can expect them to take care of your external guests, passengers. And Guests are Seabourn's most important assets. Therefore, it is necessary for employees to find out what each individual expects and make sure they deliver in order to differentiate Seabourn from the rest, and to make their experience more memorable, thus increasing the likelihood of expressing this gesture to others. I would like to touch a little on their core values of service excellence and embracing change and improvement. Larry Rapp, VP of Hotel Operations, mentions that in order to provide superior service, each employee must feel absolutely secure in their position. They have to feel, from a psychological standpoint, free to take whatever decision needs to be taken in order to satisfy guests without constraints from the company system nor budget plan, so that they have the power to provide satisfaction where no hierarchy can stand in the way of it, as long as it is for good intention to do a better job, of course. Seabourn also strive for further improvement. The hotel manager Moser explains that by having everyone involved in the process of making that product, they take pride in it and own it. Even in an industry where the clientele is very demanding, one mistake can be fatal. Management trusts the people they hire and provide them constant training in a nurturing, non-threatening atmosphere. Seabourn handpicks the best talent and extensively train them to deliver Seabourn's signature style of thoughtful, personalized, and heartfelt hospitality. Now, the brand triangulation, here we have the three-way relation. The first is management-customer. Now, the claims made by the company aren't pretentious by any means, considering the ultra-luxury segment in which it operates. It resonates well with their desires of wanting a mature, sophisticated, and laid-back luxury travel. For a management employee, there are explicit documents such as the 12 points of Seabourn hospitality, which encourages and reaffirms employee safety of making decisions independently to satisfy customers. There are also the supervision of hotel employee document, which guides the management style of trusting and supporting staff instead of reigning over them. The employee customer, which I'll quote a blog by Goldring Travel, where it compares and gives a review of the experiences aboard Silversea, Regent, and Seabourn. It mentions that Seabourn leads in terms of luxury all-inclusiveness, meaning many luxuries are offered free of charge. And perhaps due to its small size, almost nobody is mentioned by name on board, which would be difficult to do for larger vessels. Clearly, overall positive guest reviews and consistent awards are also representative of how successful the current delivery is. For innovations towards new luxury travel experiences, I'd say the short answer is not much, considering the overall cruise industry itself is highly consolidated with high barriers to entry, therefore making progress and innovation come much lower, with less potential for major disruption. In the cruise industry, the mainstream cruise liners are the ones who are at most risk to disruption rather than the luxury cruises. Virgin Cruise, for example, breaks the norm of industry where crew and officers aren't segregated as much, and their culture attracts a much younger hipster audience rather than family and older groups. Still, this doesn't mean that Seabourn doesn't innovate. In a press release, Seabourn announced that they have enhanced services across 8 areas. Most interesting are the Seabourn Source app and the Embark process. Seabourn Source, according to Gerald Moslinger, the Senior VP of Guest Operations, he admits that the app is a little gimmicky. Nevertheless, guests found it cool to use. The app was designed to be a personalized travel management software where guests can review events, book excursions, and customize their itineraries. Still, there seems to be room for improvement, as several guest comments on Cruise Critic mentions that the app is at times buggy and incompatible with several devices. Embark. Now, this one's interesting. The boarding pass includes a boarding time in groups where they must check in. The typical mainstream cruise liner embarkation process can't be expected to have this degree of organization due to its large number of passengers. Normally, boarding queues can last almost 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how early you arrive. The embark process would save time for Seabourn and the passengers. Another bonus of this process is because their arrivals is already predetermined, boarding guests are immediately escorted to their suites, which are already prepared in advance, and perhaps customized to a certain degree. That concludes my presentation of the Seabourn Cruise Line. Here are the references used in the making of this review. I hope you find this information useful and I look forward to the next project. Thank you.